there in the market right now. So there are apps that you can use, with checklists and all that. So the problem with this is they're way too distracting. And if you take a checklist, printed checklist that's on the wall, it's actionless. It's not harming you first, it's not getting your attention. It's not telling you how much time you have left to do certain things. So that's where we introduce the goalie. It's a physical smart alarm clock that's designed, it's a connected smart alarm designed for the 21st century child. So let me walk you through how it works. So as a family, we also together create a routine saying, oh, in the morning I want all these things to be done. Every Tuesday, remind me to take my library to school. Every Friday, remind me to pack my soccer shirt. That's all entered either in the app or on the website. And this is where Goalie really shines. Goalie uses audio visual cues to cause action, and it's not judgmental. It's not saying you're always late. It's just saying you're late. It's time to get moving. So it takes the judgment away, and that's good for the emotional well-being of kids, and more importantly, it's getting things done. So the way it works is, it tells you how much time you have left, you finish the task, you press the button, you move on. At the end of the week or end of the day, depending on how you consider it, you get a report card of what went well, what did not go so well. So you have this process where you're refining your plan, and you're refining your plan based on what went well and what did not go well. And if you find well, there are multiple ways you can reward them. Either we have for playtime, elements, or we have calculated existing games, a couple of them, so that you can earn virtual currency that you can use in the game. So you can use the gold stars that you earn by doing all your chores and say, oh, I want to play a sweater for my monster, for the computer. So that's a super big motivation for kids. So what we are really doing here is, all of us spend a lot of time worrying about how to teach my kids programming or electronics or some of these other things, but we sort of forget that time management is an important skill that we don't spend that much time on. That's what we want kids. That's an important critical skill that's going to decide the happiness and success of the kids in the future. And that's what Goalie is here to help. So how many kids are we looking at? How many kids could benefit from this? Based on our market research, we found that there are around 4.8 million kids who fall into the demographic that we are targeting. Of them, around 1.5 million kids have ADHD. And my son is one of them. And the pain is much more pronounced there, where you sort of have to repeat the same list again and again and again to get things done. That's going to serve as a V-shaped market. So what we did, besides building prototypes, we also did a lot of research where we met parents with ADHD kids, normal kids, and we have several LOIs signed as a proof of their interest. And we have been using these devices in our own house, so reading our own output to sort of see and refine the process, refine how the product is working, and just react and features based on that. So our roadmap is, we have 2 devices, we want to increase it to 40 beta users by January and ship by school season next year. That's the roadmap that we have. And we have a committed team who have the experience in doing these things, and we are this is me. I have 18 years of experience in working in the wireless industry, and Ankur, my partner, is here. He has 10 years of experience working as a M&A consultant, and we have hardware engineers and industrial designers that are working with us to get this, to launch this product. We have the skills to launch this product. So that's Goalie again, and we are changing the dynamics of parenting. I'm ready to take it.
As a data point, 4 minutes, 56 seconds.
So let's start with any questions from first the judges and then the audience, and then we'll pivot to feedback. And let's also shorten the feedback to about 7 minutes since we got a late start, if that's all right with you guys.
Sure. So just a question on how you're designing the reward system. What methods have you used to kind of investigate the most effective reward systems versus non-effective reward systems?
That's a good question. So there are multiple ways we can reward, right? So one is I let the parents choose. For me, my kids' TV time is a big deal. I can say, you earn 50 gold stars, you get 50 minutes of TV time. You earn 100 gold stars, you get 100 minutes of TV time. For some other kids, this virtual currency is a big deal. I can earn these gold stars and use them to buy something for my monster, or something for my, or a shield for my virtual avatar somewhere online. So, or for some kids, it's the elements that they can earn. So it's up to the parents, but we will plug into the existing games. That's one thing that we will do. The rest is up to the parents to decide which one is appropriate for the children. No two children are alike, so we want parents to be the judge of what's good for their children.
So, is the primary source of revenue the sale of the hardware, or do you have, add-ons or, potential in-app purchases or something like that? Is there going to be an additional revenue stream from the actual app?
The app itself is going to be primary revenue initially it will be the devices, but eventually the plan is to launch the value-added services like voice activation, right? So the kids don't want to hear, can't hear, like over the words. The device is going to speak out, and that's going to be a value-added feature. And pay $5 a month or $20 a year. Something we need to figure out that part yet. Our goal is to get it out and add this as a value-added feature. But there are some ways we can get recurring revenues by adding.
Two kind of related questions here. So one is, do the kids see their reward in front of them as they start to gain that reward? Do they see that, or do they just accumulate points and then that gets?
That's a great question. So what we do is 50 gold stars away from something, right? So we're going to write it down on, if you think based on the reward, 50 rewards to 1 hour.
Okay, so you just get to see like one more minute of TV or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So just kind of follow up question. So you're saying you can see what's working, right? What kind of motivation is working for your kids? Do you have, or are you planning on doing some sort of a network where you're sharing with other parents so that they can share their success stories in terms of what works?
So there is this gamification aspects are going to be social. The one game that we have right now, that we played is a social game where kids can play and defeat each other by buying weapons and shields and all that, virtual shields of course. Right? So that's where the social aspect comes in, and the kids are talking about this. But the idea is to also engage parents, but that's not going to be an initial version feature, but eventually we want to create some sort of lesson saying, oh, here are some things that work for most parents that might work for you, sort of. We are going to communicate that to email newsletters and things like that, so that the parents can define their own planning process and make it better.
Who are your competitors?
So there are, as I was saying, the main category is apps. We see a bunch of them. There are tool masters, a bunch of apps. But the problem with apps is that they're on the phone. Most kids don't have them. 75% of our target market doesn't have them. And they need to really want to use it. So that's one segment. There is a small but growing segment of smart watches which have GPS and all that built into them. We want it to be a feature. The one thing that I couldn't get to is we want this to be a social device in the house. We want this to be not something that's personally relevant to you, but oh, my brother, something is going on with you, James, go check it, your device is there. We want it to be a social experience, so we think a device like this is going to be much more helpful than a watch. But watches, checklists, and apps are pretty good for people.
And then is there components that these apps, for example, actually work if they're effective?
Right. So checklists have been known to work forever, ages, right? So let's say if you go to NASA, they use checklists for a reason because it provides a disciplined way to go about things. And there's smart pieces. There's a push to use checklists in hospitals because that they mistakes. So checklists are known to work. Ultimately, what we're doing is we're taking the lessons that we learned through all this research and saying, I'm going to create this device that can usually 1 minute at a time, do that, move on to the next thing, and create that purpose.
Yeah, and your personal experience has been effective with your.
Yeah, and the kids, I mean, just like most parents, right? I don't have any, I don't have patience in the morning. And the kids, especially, they keep saying that, oh, this is not yelling at me, that's what I like about it. So, there is a data set of one.
Can you reiterate how far along you are?
Yeah, we have MVPs that we are using in our own house, and we have a hardware person working on. We have version 1 of hardware around now, and we are writing it to the next person, we go back to the study.
Do you have an estimate of what the cost, the BOM cost
Yes,
will be?
yes, it will be around $80 to $90 is what we estimate.
That's the price?
No, the bomb cost is the retail price we are estimating. If we aim to keep it less than 100, 99 is what we are aiming for.
And you may mention it, but do you have a sense of how much you want to charge for it?
$99. The device you can keep it for
Oh, so what's the cost then?
$20 is the hardware cost.
Oh, 20. Okay.
18 to 20 is what we
Got it. Other question I had is, why are you doing this product? Besides, not wanting to yell at your kids,
Because
why are
Sasha
you-
gets really mean.
Thanks, Alex.
Tell me a little bit more about the origin story of why you are spending so much time and energy on this.
Ultimately, we all want to create parents, and I have that right. So, the moment you gather a kid, it's not just doing every day, it's also doing the rest of the day. I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have done that. It's not that I do that every day, but whenever I do that, it creates the feeling. And it's sort of tiring, but I was thinking there must be a better way. We use checklists, we use tabs, we use the whole thing. And none of them really work. And so we kept thinking, what's the better way? And we came up with the prototype, not at the start, but we said, let's use it in our house and see how it works. And we saw great results from our house, and we said, we showed it to our neighbors and said, oh, yeah, we would love to buy that. And then we decided. So that's where it started.
Jewel, thank you, Go. So up next we have Michelle with Dr. Speak. Michelle, all yours. Do we have the clicker up there?
Yeah, it's on the.
It's right there.
Should be up there.
Inviting me. My name is Michelle Nicola. I'm the founder and CEO of Dr. Speak. So our company is about translating medical information and speak into something that you can understand as a patient. Something that helps you make the next medical decision. Histopathology confirms the diagnosis of stage 4, undifferentiated colorectal adenocarcinoma, with genetic mutations at APC and KRAS. If you heard this, would you ask a question? Or would you feel embarrassed to ask a question?
I would not want that diagnosis. I don't want to die.
So think of how ridiculous it is not to ask a question, not to be engaged in your health. This is your life. This is a life of your loved one. And if we just put ourselves, each one of us, in a patient's shoes, these are the feelings that you would feel. I've had a family member in that role, and I can tell you, it's really devastating. So, what we're trying to do is translate medical terminology and speech into something that patients feel more comfortable with. The way in which this works is we have content that comes into our application. It comes in at a particular level. You can see there's words like chromosome mutation. What do those mean? So that would come in at an expert vocabulary level. Then the user can simply move the scroll bar down to a word to a vocabulary level they feel more comfortable with. This will highlight words that are violating their vocabulary level. Automatically, they can translate all of those words into something, a vocabulary level which they feel comfortable with. They can also have those words defined. So if you ask your doctor, what is a chromosome? Most likely they're going to maybe tell you something, maybe it makes sense, and then they'll throw in another jargon word. And this just repeats itself. And communication is just dissolved. So The idea is we're gonna always maintain that vocabulary level. And also provide context in terms of, like, this is Pat's talking about cancer cells, what about normal cells? So the idea is to have this, to inform patients so they can ask doctors better questions. And the idea is these translations could be saved in a patient portal. So a patient can access this later. So if you're a cancer patient and you've had to talk to several different specialists, and they all say something different. So the idea is if you have a patient portal, you can go back into it and say, hey, Dr. A, this translation was informative. Now, Dr. B, can you explain and shed light on this? So the doctors can see it, the patients can see it, everybody's getting in the same communication spectrum. So why now? Or what is offered now? Currently, there's companies that have been around for a long time in this patient education space. They provide videos, pamphlets. I'm sure you guys have gotten a pamphlet when you go to the doctor's office for something. But who wants to sit there and watch a video on hypertension? Do any of you guys want to watch that? This company cracks me up. This is Get Well Network. They generate $52 million annual in revenue, and this is what they provide. This guy is, sitting in his hospital bed, and he's taking a quiz on heart failure. Does that sound like anything anybody wants to do? This is Wellview. They just raised the seed for $1.25 billion. They're a startup, and they're providing sort of this multimedia content. So who is our customer? Our customer are patients with chronic illness. Patients.
Finish your last sentence.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, so our customers are, patients with chronic illness, patients who maybe English isn't their first language, care providers, parents. Yeah, so I'll just end there.
7 minutes of questions and feedback.
Since you didn't really get to tell us about your business model, do you want to tell us about your business model?
Perfect.
Sure. So the idea is it's an annual subscription-based business model, free to patients. And so the thing that would be driving the sales is the fact that general practitioners are much more evaluated on providing value as opposed to just services. There's meaningful use components. So providers get credit for doing patient education. That comes off of like Medicaid care. Non-adherence, patient non-adherence is a huge thing. It's basically results to $2,000 extra per year per person for people that don't abide by their doctor's prescriptions. And oftentimes this can fall back on the provider because the insurance company will not always cover these fees. So there's a lot of motives and incentives for why hospitals would want to incorporate this into their system.
So it's a subscription-based model aimed at providers, not their providers.
Do you have anyone interested in this yet?
Yeah, so I'm working currently with Denver Health and doing beta testing, getting it into the clinic and into patients' hands.
Are you incorporating multiple languages?
That's not the design for the MBT, but
Okay.
that will be something we'll be interested in about.
What about other patient network platforms that you can integrate? Because there's a lot of other profile platforms being built in digital health arena that this could fit very nicely with the
yeah, I mean, we'll definitely want to visit that, but that's not like part of the Handshakin.
Kind of following on his, is this a unique solution? Is this something you could patent and then you could sell to what he's saying, like these other portal providers, even boarding conveners and MCO, population management?
Yeah, they actually filed a non-provisional patent.
So why don't doctors just write in plain English through the lines?
Well, and one of the things is doctors they have such little time to spend with patients. That's part of the problem, so they're, and I mean, I think, maybe come from more of a tech audience. We all use jargon words. I mean, you're talking to your colleagues, you're used to talking in
Your speed, right?
exactly. And it's hard when you're interfacing with, people that don't have that same technical background.
Do you have any concerns about mistranslations? And is there any liability that you're worried about in that case?
Yeah, definitely, a really good point. And that's why we're really, the idea is to really build out the content with the patient. So working specifically with patients and sort of building out that content and, validating, make sure it's, the translations are appropriate, everything's important, so that's why, we're working really hard, putting it into our health and sort of generating that content. And I also want to say that we're really narrowing in on like specific specialties to make sure that we provide like the best quality content.
Sort of a follow-up on that, do you plan to have the translations be generated by an algorithm in a computer or by a human?
So the idea is to first work with patients and develop like a good test set, good quality content translations, and then on the behind the non-provisional patent, there's some algorithms there that would eventually generate this automatically. And the idea would be to have that gold standard content and compare, so sort of a training and a testing to see how well our algorithms can capture that content. And I also want to say that we want to use high-level content to begin with, so plug into other content sources initially.
So how do you deal with, suppose you do a translation, but this disease has got, is dependent on multiple other conditions that the patient has. For instance, a patient has got a heart problem, but he's also got diabetes, or he's got some other gastrointestinal issue that's going on. So so just a simple translation in itself sometimes can actually confuse the patient in terms of side effects and other things because you've got to look at both the problems together.
Yeah, I mean, it can get extremely complicated very quickly. The idea is that this is just content, like you can go to WebMD and you're interested in sort of, this text or whatever, and you can put it into our system and it would be able to translate it.
Right.
So it's not necessarily that we're mapping out those things, but as what I want to say a little bit is we're trying to emphasize to patients, why it's important to comply with their doctor's, prescriptions, and highlighting those type of things where, non-compliance, could cause somebody to have a heart attack or, a diabetic to get really sick.
All right, thank you, Dr. Spears. So next up we have Carson with Graduana.
So is this the next one? Okay, so thanks for having me out here. Thanks, Matt, for including me in this. My name's Carson, and I'm the founder of Graduana, which is a cannabis staffing startup. So it's funny because I was putting this pitch together and I was thinking to myself, you know, a year ago, had you told me that I was going to be featured on Ganjapreneur, my parents would have been completely horrified. You know, our daughter's going to graduate and go out and become a Ganjapreneur. But I'm here to tell you about how it's worked out for me and how my business is one of the most successful, hopefully, cannabis companies in the industry. So last winter, I started noticing a lot of attention around the cannabis industry, all the way from upstate New York and St. Lawrence. Started really paying attention to it, and as an entrepreneur, I was thinking to myself, wow, it seems like a great opportunity. You know, there's nothing more than a great opportunity. So then 2015 came along, and all of the reports came out. So cannabis industry grew 74% and went from a $1.5 billion industry to a $2.7 billion industry. I think in Colorado alone, there was $805 million in sales between recreational and medical marijuana. In Washington, there was $65 million, and then there was a projected $275 million by 2017 with the up-and-coming states of with Oregon and Alaska. So, as an entrepreneur, I was thinking to myself, this seems like a great opportunity. I went to a trade show and was absolutely astonished by the amount of companies that were so successful within the industry. Not only companies that grow and sell marijuana, but the ancillary companies that support the industry. So from consulting to investing to insurance, there were rows and rows and rows of this trade show of awesome companies. And so I was walking around asking all the people, you know, what is one thing that you really need? And they all said, well, not all, but a lot of them said, we need great employees. We're coming from a phase where a lot of the people that used to want to work with us were extremely passionate about marijuana, but maybe didn't necessarily have the skills that they needed to drive the business forward. And the people that do have the skills still have the stigma around the industry. You know, they think it's an industry filled with stoners, filled with non-business people. So we really need good employees. So I ran back to St. Lawrence and went to career services and was like, listen, we have all these seniors that are about to graduate. I can help them find amazing jobs in the cannabis industry, thinking that they were going to be totally excited. You know, this girl's helping us find our students get jobs. Everyone's going to have jobs. These people were horrified also. Everyone was like, what are you talking about the cannabis industry? We're not sending our students to go and work in the cannabis industry. Okay. So I went back to the library and started calling companies. Hey, I'm a recruiter. I have an awesome candidate. Let me connect you with this candidate. He'll be an intern, an entry-level person. And started making these placements with my friends right from St. Lawrence University. So then I got the idea, you know, the recruiting, staffing idea came to me, and I said, okay, I'm going to move out to Colorado. I'm going to start a business called Graduana, where I'm going to connect interns into the cannabis industry. So I moved out here, and I graduated in May 17th, jumped in the car, moved out here, officially got going around July 10th, started the business, and then I realized the opportunity was much beyond interns. We did a study just here in Colorado and discovered that 74% of cannabis business owners said that turnover was one of their biggest problems. So we went from placing interns to placing all levels of positions. So from executive assistant to bud tender to grower, any type of position we started recruiting for. So basically my solution is to connect professional, skilled, educated individuals with cannabis companies. And also provide education to professional individuals. So provide the education to say, hey, listen, this isn't, you know, some place where you should go and get a job if you want to get high all the time. If you want to make money and be a part of America's fastest growing industry and you have the skills needed, we can connect you into an awesome opportunity. We're not looking for someone, you know, nothing drives me more crazy than when someone tells me, oh, I love the plant. That's great, but we want someone with the skills that these businesses need. You know, dispensaries right now are high-end retail stores that are operating like retail stores and want to be run with people with skills to run like any other retail business. So revenue streams, I think a piece of my slide got cut out. I must have messed it up, but there's one more that's not included there. So we do direct hire placement, so 10% of the person's annual salary. So we need that's so much less expensive than any other recruiting industry in any other industry. But this entire industry is in startup phase right now. And companies don't have the money to pay 23% of the annual salary. They will, and they'll come back to us and say, hey, you found us this great person at 10%, we're going to come come back to you in 5 years, and we need CFO, we'll have you 23%. But anyway, right now we're doing 10%. Moving into the area of being able to do contract, hire, and temporary solutions, so people on our payroll that will contract out. And then the piece of the puzzle that's missing is career fairs. We just had an awesome career fair in LA, at the LA Convention Center. We have a big one coming up here in Denver in January. Sorry, I know I'm out of time. Here's some of my clients. July 10th to today, I had contracts for 41 positions, 2 today, just wasn't included in here. As of 5:34 p.m. tonight, when I updated this, this is how many people I have in my database, bullhorn, people that want jobs. I would say about 1,500 of them have no chance, but they're still in there. And these are some great testimonials that I've gotten. Some people are really, really happy. And if you need a job, I can work it.
Questions?
Yes, exactly. Sure, go ahead.
How are you locating candidates?
Okay, so there's 3 ways that we've been locating our candidates. The first is I use ZipRecruiters. So we'll post a job on ZipRecruiter, and that actually gets posted out to every job board. Social media, apparently, which I didn't realize I took through a recruiting class, has been one of the most effective ways of hiring. And actually, I have a hilarious story to go with this. So I have a client that needed a director of cultivation to relocate to Nevada, to Las Vegas. And he said he needs to have a master's in horticulture, experience in the industry, and I need someone who's Armenian, that can speak Armenian. So I was like, you know what, there's I don't know if this person exists. So I'm going on We Hire, which is another site we use for recruiting, just look through growers' resumes. We stopped out like there's this, We Hire, My 420 Jobs. I'm going through all these typical places where growers post their resumes. Calling people. I'm not finding anyone who's Armenian. I do an Instagram, I hashtag horticulture, hashtag Armenian. 3 candidates come to me. And one guy got hired. So social media works. And LinkedIn Recruiter. So we set an account for LinkedIn Recruiter. So we'll do a posting, we'll end up getting flooded with candidates, we'll post on social media. Now that we have a bigger following, a lot of referrals. So we might have one girl who we replace will say, hey, can you look at someone else? So referrals.
And how are you dealing with sort of bringing their own stigma with people who may not already be in it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So a lot of times I'll post and I'll, just keep it simple, like business development, and I won't necessarily put the client's name because I know that people will get scared off. And then when I talk to them, I bring up the salary to them, I bring up what they're going to be doing, and I say, this is in the cannabis industry for an ancillary company. Let's take a look at their website. Let's take a look at what they're doing. Let's take a look at what you'll be doing. When we bring you down to their office, Can Advisors, great consulting firm out of Boulder. We were looking for a technical manager. And same thing, she had a law degree, but she wasn't licensed here in Denver, but would be a perfect technical writer. Totally freaked out by the cannabis industry because she thought, I wanted to practice law somewhere else, I could have all these problems. I brought her down, I introduced her to Jay and Guy, the owners. She realized, wow, these people are writing licenses for clients in all different states. I'm a fool not doing it. So that's what people end up realizing. So, yeah. And then, also on campuses, I forgot to mention this, we have this cool thing set up. We have different campus ambassadors. So we have people who are, one at DU. She's a graduate rep, so every month there's a meeting, and they get together and they do a stipend, and we bring in different entrepreneurs, and we talk to the students, which is sweet because then, we're getting great candidates. It helps my business, helps these people get connected and educated on the industry, then it's bringing the next generation in. So,
How many people have you placed this far?
yeah, we only play 17, but there are 41 contracts out there, but, we give ourselves enough time, but starting July 10th, it's 17. Yeah.
So great presentation, you
Thank
this
you.
idea.
Thank you.
What are you looking for? Do you want investors, or are you just sort of practicing your pitch, you're getting the idea out?
Yeah, I'm just practicing my pitch, just want to get the idea out there, get people's feedback, see how I can do everything better. I definitely, I think in the future would be potentially looking for investors, especially as I expand into other states, but right now, I'm able to, cash flow positive, pay everyone what I need to pay that, and make it work and kind of build it from the ground up. Yes. Should probably think about that, but just so it's, I don't, I didn't forget yet.
What technologies are you leveraging currently to try and automate or help you through this process or help you scale it?
I use Bullhorn which is our like candidate tracking system, which has been extremely helpful just because you could type in like accounting, and everyone that's ever come through our website that's an accountant will automatically pull up. So in the beginning, I wasn't using the candidate tracking system. I had like resumes saved on my desktop, which is impossible. So I came to the realization pretty quickly you need to have a candidate tracking system. QuickBooks for doing all of our invoicing and keeping track of, sometimes we will require like 25% up front, 75% upon hire. It was easy to keep that in my head in the beginning, and that ship sailed fast, so kind of moving to something else. Does that answer your question?
More or less.
People can go to the website and they can enter themselves in as a job seeker and employer, and then that automatically gets filtered into the database. So anyone that ever goes to the website and seeking a job gets filtered right. So it's not like in the beginning it was like manual and moving everything over, which was totally inefficient. I guess. Yeah. Anyway.
What do you think of the other opportunities within the industry for other engineers as well?
Yeah.
Do there's other opportunities?
Oh, I think the opportunities are endless. I think whatever your skill is, there's an opportunity for you. I think that if you are in another industry, have a marketing agency in another industry, there's an opportunity for you in the cannabis industry to come and open up a marketing agency specifically for this industry. Help companies have their brand experience store. I think for entrepreneurs, the sky is basically the limit, and for people seeking jobs, the sky is also the limit.
So follow up to that is, how do you get in? How do you execute?
How do you get in?
Yeah.
Go to a trade show and asking people what they need. Like, I'm just kidding, but that's how I did it. That's how I did it. Doc, let me help you find a job. Send me your resume.
Well, not a job, but a client.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
On your revenue, do you pay the 10%, is it per paycheck, or do you get it up front, or how does that work on the
It
revenue?
depends on the client. Some clients want to break the payments up, so some people.
Is it guaranteed, like what if they quit?
Yeah, there's a 90-day guarantee.
Okay.
So especially on these bigger placements, like if we're doing a $100,000 like director of cultivation, they want to make sure that they're paying 10 grand. They need to make sure that person's going to last. We have a 90-day guarantee in our contract. For like bud tender placements, those are less. I think I have 60 days. Kind of depends. It's pretty negotiable, to be honest.
What's your long-term goal with your company?
Yeah, I'd like to I want to be the staffing industry of the cannabis industry. So if you need a grower, Graduana has 50 amazing growers that they'll be able to connect you with. You have New York. We're trying to close a deal in New York, but they gave out 5 licenses, so each of those people can open one grow and 4 dispensaries. Yeah. And so anyway, these people want to have the best directors of cultivation. They want someone who's been around the block.
Have you thought about affecting the culture of the country to progress these positions?
No, I haven't, but I'm here too. I think I am affecting the culture by just connecting professional people within the industry. It's not like I would connect someone who's been growing weed in the basement for the past 10 years. I'm connecting people who have a master's degree in horticulture. Yeah.
Anecdotal experience. So I just moved to Colorado about a month ago. Yeah. Literally everybody asked me if I was going to work in the cannabis industry.
Yeah.
So I've got this sense that there's a little bit of competition for you guys, that other people are going to have the same idea and are working
Oh
on it.
yeah, there is competition. Miss Mary Staffing, sorry, can't see. Miss Mary Staffing, Hemp Temp, Meridian Staffing, those are my main competitors. I don't think the guy from Miss Mary Staffing is in here, but we're having a meeting tomorrow because we picked up 3 of his clients this month. And we're gonna, he's probably sort of freaked out, and we're gonna see if there's a way that we can work together. They're really good at payroll and contract to hire, whereas we're better at recruiting and direct hire. So, I think the industry's pretty small right now. I'm happy to form partnerships, but there's gonna be competitors no matter what business is, and we'll just work hard to do better. I don't have a lot of overhead for myself and 2 recruiters, so we probably do it cheaper.
And what's competitively going to be your edge in the long run? Are you going to keep that?
When we do one really great placement, the hope is that we grow with cannabis companies. So we do a 500. I did a 500. One of my first placements was next door to Open Bay. $500 $500 intern placement. Well, now maybe they're looking for a CFO, and the same person who graduated found us this person 6 months ago. Let's go back to her again. So just getting our foot in the door with the right companies and kind of growing with them and referrals.
Thank you, Graduana. We got one more. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
Hello, I'm Elliot. This is Ash. And we are Crave. We are your go-to mobile app for discovering food that you love. We understand that everyone has a unique relationship with food. That's important. It is complex, dynamic, and evolving. Craver is your mobile platform for discovering foods you love and crave. This is important. What we want to do is be the Match.com for you and food. That's how you can think of it. So the problem is right now, the personal relationship with food discovery is based on a restaurant-first recommendation model, not necessarily on the foods that you love. So the current search platforms, they don't necessarily cater to your personal preferences, but they identify a restaurant in your given area. Without a unique foodie profile that helps customize your search experience, you're just another user like everybody else. So, I guess the way to think about this is you're not exploring your taste buds and satisfying your cravings.
So Elliot defined the problem, and I'm here with the solution. If you heard, Elliot said that a foodie profile is an integral part of the solution. But before we get into defining what a foodie profile is, let's jump back to Match.com. So whenever you go to Match.com, there we go. So whenever you go to Match.com for your single people, you create a profile, and you'll tell Match.com who you are, basically. You like to wake up early and run. You like to sleep in. You like to eat junk food, pizza, and soft drinks. You like to eat healthy. You love dogs. Maybe you hate dogs, right? You're giving Match.com all of these tags or all these preferences that you have, so they can hopefully match you up with someone that is most compatible with you. We do that with you and food. For example, this is Elliot's foodie profile, a foodie profile or a food lover's profile, right? These are the things that define Elliot's palate. You'll see that Elliot likes artichoke and spinach and pasta. He loves broccoli, right? He's a strange guy. But he likes eggs and tacos and not as much avocados, but he definitely likes pizza and grilled food. So what we do is Elliot builds out this foodie profile just like you would build out a profile on Match.com, and we match that against an itemized tag of food items, not restaurants, but food items that restaurants offer. This way that when Elliot's craving a food or just doesn't know where to eat, instead of trying to figure out himself or finding someone to call to give him a good recommendation, who probably doesn't know Elliot very well or doesn't know what his food profile is, he can ask Craver and we can match up. For instance, let's say that Elliot wants a peanut butter and jelly double cheeseburger. Who's got that, right? Well, guess what? Bob's Burger Joint downtown has a peanut butter and jelly double cheeseburger. And who knew that?